This week's rental is the Mercedes-Benz GLA250 sports compact SUV sitting on 18-inch Continental rims. The styling is pretty similar to the sedan GLA250. In fact, it's probably the same platform, just sitting higher up since it's a SUV, and that adds a little bit more practicality to it, being that hatchback style from the SUV gives it a little bit more trunk space, but still pretty limited, being able to fit 2 to 3, maybe 4 carry-ons in the back. Hopping into the back seat is pretty comfortable. Plenty of headroom space, just really tight on the knee. There's rarely any space. I'm a 6-foot driver sitting in the back. Comfortable leather, two air vents, 2 USB ports, and a direct port as well. Could easily fit 2 adults, possibly 3 in the middle. This portion does not come down as an armrest at all, so that's something to keep in mind. Instead, it comes down to give it rear access to the trunk space. In fact, it's probably a pseudo armrest, but nothing to that front. So very similar to the sedan, just that the back room just provides a little bit more space because of the SUV design. Hopping into the front is meted with two 10-inch displays in front of the cockpit. It's a button start, and the interior design cockpit is very similar to the CLA sedan, 250 sedan. You have your circular air vents here. As I stated before, 2 digital 10-inch displays. The instrument panel is all digital, as well as the instrument cluster. This version does not come with a sunroof. You have your hardware buttons right here for climate controls, which gives it really quick access. You don't have to fiddle with anything on the touch screen. You have your lever support for a phone, and then also wireless charging as well. USB-C port, 2 cup holders, your driving modes, volume knob, and rear view window. Little area right here. You have a small amount of center console space in the middle, and a pretty generous larger size glove compartment with a little bit of shelving right there. Steering wheel over here is really nice, leather wrap steering wheel. You have your touch controls, cruise control settings, and Bluetooth controls. It's like a blend between hardware and touch. Actually works kind of well. Gets a little bit of getting used to, but works overall pretty well. Wiper controls on the left, and your gear shifter on the right hand side, which is different. It's kind of like a blinker. So wiper controls and blinker controls. I see there's some paddle shifters on the left and the right. Over on the side, you have some lighting controls and your memory door lock. So the shifting of the seats are right here, and then the vertical movements are down here for the seating, which is a little bit different from other vehicles. Power windows and locks are all right here. Nice little storage area on the side. So overall, it's very nice and luxurious in here. You have your carbon fiber Mercedes-Benz emblem pattern right here. Really soft, nice, supple leather in the middle. During the night, it really has some really nice ambient color that changes, or you can set it to a standard color if you want to. So let's take this Mercedes-Benz GLA250 on the road and see how it performs. All right, so like I said, it is the SUV version of the CLA compact sedan for Mercedes, and the SUV version rides pretty nice. The one thing about the CLA 250 sedan was that it was a very tight fit, but the performance was great in that form factor. However, the interior was pretty tight. I didn't feel claustrophobic, it just felt like the cockpit was an actual tight cabin. But in here, the GLA 250 is quite spacious. So for those wanting more space and more practicality, then the SUV version of the GLA may be a better choice than the sedan. Now, some give ups are that it is a little bit less sporty than the sedan. However, it's a little bit more comfortable and adds more of that practicality of what you want. Engine is still a 4-cylinder turbocharged, pushing around 200 horsepower, which is quite nice. It was a little bit better on the sedan because it was lighter, but the bigger SUV profile gives it a little bit of a slower speed, 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds versus previous year's model, which was like 5.7 seconds. Drivability, it has very nice, sharp steering. Suspension is a little bit firm, maybe on the stiff side for some, but I really had no issues with it. Especially, I guess it only comes into play if it were to be off-roading. I had no issues with braking. It was pretty responsive and pretty much in line with this class of SUVs. On a full tank of gas, it gets about 400 miles, so pretty decent. Just keep in mind, turbocharged engine will need premium gas. So it has the standard safety features. The only thing that's missing is I would say the adaptive cruise control. Overall, I really like this vehicle as a rental. I give it an A because of that extra. I just prefer the extra interior room space and the practicality of an SUV. So Makes it so much better on those longer road trips and longer mile drives, but still does wear really well within the city. It's kind of an all-rounder. Probably as a purchase, it may be on the expensive side and other competitors may offer more, but as a rental, it's great. And if you get a chance to pick this one up with no extra charge, go right ahead. I got this from the national rental agency at one of the airports, and this was just sitting in the executive aisle, so it was just a no-brainer. So tell me what you think about the Mercedes GLA 250, and I will see you in the next video.